You know, I grew up in Arlington, and for a very long time, probably until middle school, I was one of the only Black students in class. About 2 years ago, so right after I graduated college, I was babysitting for this wonderful family. They had a son and a daughter. The daughter was about 4 years old, and she didn't really like me, but I kind of just thought it was because she wanted to be with her mom. I would pick her up from daycare. It just wasn't her thing. And one day in the car, I looked at her and I just said, "Why don't you like me?" And she said, "Because of your skin." That was a really hard day for me. And, you know, I've had racial comments thrown at me, and I've had people say hurtful things, but nothing has hurt like that, especially because I love children and I believe in like their imagination, and I love their questions. I welcome their questions, but to have this young 3-4-year-old look at me and tell me she didn't like me because of my skin hurts so deeply. And then I went home and I told her mom, and her mom was shocked, and her mom was like, "But we read books and we have dolls." And I realized in that moment, it's not enough. When I came home, I was just going on walks every day, and I was passing these little free libraries that I've seen before, and I love the concept of it, where you can take a book or you can leave a book, and it's just this communal space. And so I thought to myself, this would be a great place to put books that celebrate and embrace and explain Black culture and African American history, and also a place for Black and brown children to see themselves represented in books that they may have never seen before. And I just thought to myself, something is missing in this town, and I want to do something about that. I've always loved books, and I think that books have such a great place because you can go to these different places and you can see yourself in different things. And so I was really inspired to use books as kind of a vessel to start these conversations. I think this project's for, you know, the white people in this community and in the United States, but it's also for the Black and brown families and children who just never felt that support, and now they can know, okay, if a white family goes and maybe they pick up this book, they can learn a little bit about our culture. Maybe they won't look at us funny, or maybe they'll welcome us into the school or lend a helping hand more than they maybe had before. I want kids to read about, you know, hair love and understand what it means to have Black hair, but I also want kids to just read a book where a Black person is portrayed as the main character, and that's it. There's no any other facts about it. This is just the start. And I think that, you know, if you read a book about redlining and it strikes something with you, then you go out and you learn more, and then maybe you're going to your town, and maybe you're going to these meetings about housing and where these things are coming up. And I think that's what books do. They kind of give you a baseline. You know, they're 300 pages. We're not learning an entire 400 years of systemic racism in 400 pages. We need to continue the education. So if something strikes something with you, do something about it. Continue that thought process and that exploration of your life and wherever you fit in, whether you're Black, white, whatever. Where do you feel there could be more change? And if we don't do it, we don't know what will happen. And one book at a time is kind of how I'm taking it. I think that people may read a book and they may close it and they may go on to their next book. But I really hope to think that people read these books, they close them, they turn to their partner or to their kid or to their friend, and they start a conversation.